once again welcoming you all to the physics class by Jyoti Kumar. In yesterday's and day before yesterday's class, we were discussing about the Coulomb's law and related concepts. In yesterday's class, we were started about the electric field and electric field intensity. So what do you mean by the word electric field? The influence of the charge felt in the surroundings is called as electric field. And what is electric field intensity? Force per unit area, sorry, force per unit test charge is called as intensity of electric field at that point. So here guys, this is a small charge. So due to this charge, what properties are exhibiting, the same properties experienced in the surroundings. That influence we will call it as electric field. Okay guys, now at each and every position the electric field is different. So whenever it is nearer to the charge, the electric field will be different, and whenever it is far away, the electric field is different. So based upon that how much electric field is present at a particular point will be given by the formula intensity of electric field or electric field intensity. Clear guys? Now this electric field is not seen for all the types of sizes and shapes. Okay, so far till now we have discussed everything with respect to the point charge. What do you mean by the word point charge? When compared to the size of the particle, if distance is very high or more, then it is called as a point charge. So here the distance observed, it is very more when compared to the size of the particle or not. Here R is more, very more when compared to the D. Such a situation we will call it as point size. Okay, here next point is, so is all the matter in the universe are point? No, not at all. So we are having different shapes. Those different shapes, the electric field due to those shapes will be same like point charges? No. So what are in this today's class we are going to discuss electric field intensity due to different shapes. Okay, so first of all, in that electric field intensity, electric field intensity due to, first one is okay, so first one is circular arc. Okay, circular arc. Second one is uniformly charged rod. Okay, in this we are having two types. One is axial and next one is equatorial. Third one we are having infinitely long charged wire. Infinitely long charged wire. Okay, and fourth one we are having semi-infinite charged wire. Okay, and next one is fifth one. So fifth one we are having uniformly charged ring. Sixth one, uniformly charged disk. Seventh one, charged sheet. And eighth one, hollow hemisphere. Okay, so these all are the 8 types of the shapes. We are going to discuss the electric field intensity. Okay, so first of all, we are starting our concept. First concept is what, guys? Circular arc. Electric field intensity due to circular arc. That one we will start it right. Okay, so we are entering into our first concept. It is electric field intensity due to a circular arc at its center. So this is our first concept, guys. So the circular arc is an angle subtended by a radius r. Okay, and here angle is phi. Okay, so I want we here our concept is to find out what, guys? Electric field intensity due to a circular arc at its center. So this is a circular arc. So like this, the charge is spread over the arc like this. Okay, so due to this, what is the electric field intensity we have to find out? Okay, guys, now the point is I'm considering a small, see, it is a pi. So this is here is the radius. I'm considering a small angle. So first of all, I'm splitting into 2 equal parts. Okay, now I'm considering a small angle d theta. I'm considering a small angle d theta at an angle of theta from the horizontal line. Okay, now here due to this d theta, it produces an electric field in this direction like this. So this is dE. So if you clearly observe that how much angle it subtended, the same angle it will subtend here. Okay, so this dA can be split into 2 components, dE sine theta and dE cos theta. If you clearly observe that as the angle is this side, we are getting the dE sine theta this side. If the angle is this side, we are getting the sine theta this side. The component will be on the opposite side. These two will get cancelled each other because equal in magnitude. So dE sine theta value is 0. Got it, guys? dE sine theta is equal to 0. Only left component is what? dE cos theta. So we can write here E is equal to E at a center is equal to integration of dE sine theta. E at center, electric field at center is equal to integration of dE sine theta. Okay, just keep it aside, guys. Now we will come back to here. First of all, we are considering the whole charge or small theta, guys. Small theta, is it right? So first of all, we are going to we are finding the angular density. What is your angular density? Density occupying per unit angle is called as density charge. Sorry, angular density. It is what? Angular density. So how we can able to write, guys? So angular density can be written as Q by pi, which is also equal to this dQ by d theta. From this we can write here dQ is equal to Q by pi into d theta. dQ is equal to what, guys? dQ is equal to Q by pi into d theta, where Q is the total charge, pi is the angle subtended by the arc. Okay, now we already know the formula here. So for formula for this small angle, electric field due to this small will can be written as dE. dE can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Okay, So here dq by r square. This is the formula. So here, first of all, what we required EC, I mean electric field at center, is equal to the integration of dE sin theta. But dE is equal to, what is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon dq by r square. And sin theta is the here angle, that is late. Sorry guys. It is here. It is what? Cos theta. I'm extremely sorry. It is what, guys? Cos theta. Fine. So it is cos theta. Fine. dE cos theta. It is not sin theta. Sin theta will get cancelled here. Here it is. If the angle theta is like this, so here it is d sin theta. This will get cancelled. Only left is integration of dE cos theta. So here the point is we require dE. dE is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon dq by r square. Okay. Next, but the dq is equal to what? We can write this as dq. dq is equal to what? Q by pi into d theta. Got it? We can write the formula here. Integration. I mean, we already know that. What is the formula? EC is equal to integration of dE cos theta. Okay. And integration limits are minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, because the angle is subtended from the equal bisector. So we can write it as bisector. So we have to consider this side minus pi by 2, this side plus pi by 2. So the integration limits are minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So we can write this as minus pi by 2, pi by 2. Okay, dE value is equal to what, guys? dq 4 pi epsilon r square cos theta. This is the formula. Okay, guys. Now, if you clearly observe that dq formula is what? dq is equal to, we can write it as q by pi into d theta. So we can write this as integration of minus pi by 2, pi by 2. So here we are having q by pi 4 pi epsilon r square cos theta d theta. Clear, guys? Now, if you clearly observe that, what are the common things in this whole, what are the common things in this one equation? We can write this as, okay, so q pi 4 pi epsilon r, I mean all are constants only, we can keep it outside. So our form, I mean this will be rearranged as q by 4 pi epsilon pi r square. Okay, so integration is minus pi by 2, pi by 2 d, sorry, cos theta d theta. So this is the what we have to integrate. Okay, guys, I think so we are having some more space right now. Okay, so here what is the formula, guys? Q by 4 pi epsilon pi r square, and integration limits are minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 cos theta d theta. So integration of cos theta is how much, guys? Sin theta. So we can write this formula as q by 4 pi epsilon pi r square, and we can write it as sin theta, and limits are pi by 2 minus pi by 2. Okay, guys, now substituting the limits, we are getting 4 pi epsilon pi r square, okay, sine pi by 2 minus sine minus pi by 2. So this minus will get placed, and ultimately what we left is q by 4 pi epsilon pi r square, and we can write it as 2 sine pi by 2. So these two we can get cancelled, and what we left, the value is q sine pi by 2 by 2 pi epsilon pi r square. So this is our final answer. Okay. So if for example this pi is equal to pi, I mean 180 degrees, pi is equal to pi 180 degrees, then we will get the formula. So here pi by 2 means how much we are getting? Pi. So our answer will become, so I am writing on the top, so for better visibility, our answer will be how much, guys? So sine pi by 2 is 1, so we can write it as q by, okay, 2 pi square epsilon r, epsilon not r square. So this is the intensity of electric field at the center. Clear? Intensity of electric field due to a circular arc will be E bar is equal to Q by 2 pi square epsilon naught R square. This is how we will get the, this is the equation for the intensity of electric field due to circular arc at the center. Okay guys, here this E bar, of course, we can represent it in other way also. If you clearly observe that E bar is equal to 2 q by 4 pi square epsilon r square. Of course, with 2 cancel means we are getting a some more simplification, but in order to represent it in another view, we can also give that as E in a bar is equal to, so here 1 by 4 pi epsilon can be written as what? Capital K. So we can write it as K 2q by pi r square, or you can simply write it as 2kq by pi r square. So this is a simple formula for your electric field intensity at the center due to circular arc, 2kq by pi r square. Clear guys? Where k is equal to, where k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon. Clear guys? This will simplify your equation little bit. So our next concept is electric field intensity. Electric field intensity due to uniformly charged rod. Okay, so here also we are having two cases. One is axial and one is equatorial. So first of all, what is difference between axial and what is difference between equatorial, we will discuss. Okay, so here this is a uniform rod, okay, and the charge is present over the rod like this. Okay, now as the charge is present, so here for this an axis will be present or not. If you consider the point along the axis, same axis, then it is called axial point. If you consider a point perpendicular to the axis, it is called equatorial point. If the considering point it is lying on the same axis as like charges, it is called as axial point, and perpendicular to axis is called as equatorial point. Okay guys, now coming to the next point here. So first of all we will discuss axial point on axial. Okay, at an axial point, here what? At an axial point. Okay, so what is at an axial? I mean the point is considered at this point. Okay, so on the same axis. Okay, how to get the point here? Consider a rod of length. Consider a rod of length L. Okay, and it is at a distance. At a distance, we are considering a point P at a distance of R. Consider a rod of length of uniformly charged wire or a rod or anything we can. Okay, and its length is L, and consider a point P at a distance of r from one end of the rod. Okay, so here the distance between this end and point is r, and other end is L plus r. Okay guys, now we will discuss the point. So if you clearly observe, I'm considering a small element, dx. I'm considering a small element at a distance of x, from the point, like this. Okay, guys, if you clearly observe that the point is at a certain distance, so here we can write dE is equal to dq by 4 pi epsilon x square. Clear? So I'm considering here a point, small element at a point at a distance of x. Okay, so electric field for that element can be given as dE is equal to dq 4 pi epsilon naught x square. Okay, so in order to get whole EP, okay, so here EP means on the, electric field at that point. Electric field at the point is nothing but integration of dE. But integration of dE means we can write here dq 4 pi epsilon x square. But what is this value of dq, guys? What is the value of dq? So if you clearly observe that, we discussed a few points in the yesterday's class. What is that? Linear density. So if you clearly observe that, I can write it as total charge is capital Q at a distance of L. So similarly, how much charge is present? Similarly, here we can write, so small charge present in that small element. Can I able to write it or not? From that I can write here dq is equal to q by L into dx. dq is equal to q by L into dx. Instead of dq, substituting q by L dx, it will give us integration, and limits are, if you clearly observe, limits are what to what, guys? So here it is r, and another one is L plus r. Okay, so here the limits are what, guys? R, and here it is L plus r. First I said na. So next, what is the value here? Q by L, and here we are having 4 pi epsilon naught x square. Okay, so this is the formula, guys. Now if you clearly observe that, what are the things common here, I mean constant here? Pi, q is a constant charge, L is a length constant, 4 pi epsilon is a constant. What we varying is dx, of course. So what is varying is only the q by dx by x square. So what we got is the equation can be rewritten as q by 4 pi epsilon L integration of r L plus r dx by x square. Okay, we already know the formula for the integration. Integration of x power n can be x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Okay, so if you clearly observe that I'm explaining the integration of x square separately, then directly we are writing the result here. So if you clearly observe that integration of x power minus 2 is equal to how much, guys? Here x power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1, that is we are getting x power minus 1 by minus 1, that is we can write minus 1 by x. So the integration is so it can be written as r L plus r, and here we are having, okay, sorry, Okay, so here we are having what, guys? Q by 4 pi epsilon L and minus 1 by x, and the limits are L plus R and R. Clear, guys? Hope you have understood this point till this point. The next we will discuss in the after the arrays. Just keep that point. So once again, I'm explaining here. First of all, consider the this is a uniform rod of charge capital Q, okay, and consider a point P on the axis, and so we want to find the electric field at this point. In order to find the electric field, I'm considering a small element dx at a distance of x. So the electric field for that small element can be given by the formula dE is equal to dq 4 pi epsilon x square. So in order to get electric field strength at that point, EP is equal to, we can integrate the dE. So here integration of dE is nothing but integration of dq by 4 pi epsilon x square. So what is the value of dq? dq is equal to x by L into dx. So I am writing the limits are R and L plus R. So the distance between first end is R and the other end is L plus R. So integrating limits are what, guys? R to L plus R. So upon integrating for 1 by x square, we are getting the value how much, guys? Minus 1 by x, and the limits are L plus R and R. So we got the equation EP is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon L minus 1 by x L plus R and R. So if you by substituting the limits, we are getting Q by 4 pi epsilon L, and we are having here minus 1 by L plus R, and minus of minus will become plus and R. Okay, so we can rearrange the formula as Q by 4 pi epsilon L 1 by R minus 1 by L plus R. So we can rewrite this one as Q by 4 pi epsilon L. We can write it as L plus R minus R by R into L plus R. Okay, so R and R will get cancelled, and what we left is Q by 4 pi epsilon L into L by R plus L plus R. Okay, this L and this L cancel, and ultimately our point EP is equal to, we will get as Q by 4 pi epsilon into R into L plus R. This is the formula for the electric field intensity at the point P at a distance of R. Okay, guys, hope you understood the electric field intensity due to a uniform charged rod at its axial end. Okay, guys, so just now we discussed the electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged rod at its axial end. Right now we are going to discuss about the at its equatorial point. Okay, so here our topic is electric field intensity. Field intensity due to uniformly charged rod at an equatorial point. Okay, guys. So just before we discuss that, what do you mean by the word equatorial point? If the point is considered perpendicular to the axis, it is called as equatorial point. So the diagram can be represented like this. Okay, this is our uniform charged rod of length L. Okay, now here I'm considering a point r like this. Okay, I have a point r at a distance. Okay, at a distance of r. Now guys, if you clearly observe that this is the point P. At this point, due to this charged rod, what is the electric field? That is we are going to derive right now. Due to this uniformly charged electric rod, at this point how much electric field it will be produced, that we are going to discuss. So if you clearly observe that it can be act like this, and it can, I mean, it will also create an electric field here. If from this end also electric field is created. So I'm considering a small element. I'm considering a small element dx. I'm considering a small element dx at a distance of x from the center. I'm considering a small element dx from the center line at a distance of x. Okay guys, now due to this it will produce an electric field in this direction or not. So this is dE. So it will be once again classified into how many components? Two components. So one is, so here it is making an angle theta. So here also it will make an angle theta. So here what will happen guys? This is dE sine theta. This is dE cos theta. So what we have done in the circular arc, the same method we are finding. Okay, so we can write EP, I mean electric field at that point is equal to integration of dE cos theta. Clear guys? But what is the dE? dE means what? So D is the electric field of the element. So we can write here electric field intensity of dE can be represented as 1 by 4 pi epsilon dq. And what will be the, it is a r square? No, it is not r square. It is a hypotenuse. So it will be r square plus x square. Clear guys? But what is the value of dq? dq, how we will get? dq is equal to q by L into dx. Just before in the we solved this now. dq is equal to q by L into dx. So dE can be rewritten as q by L 4 pi epsilon r square plus x square dx. dE is equal to, okay guys, you can write this as dE is equal to q into 4 pi epsilon r square plus x square dx. Clear guys? X square, this is okay. So coming to the next point here, integration of dE cos theta. dE cos theta. So we can write this overall as EP is equal to here integration is, what are the limits you can write? So since it is L, it can be divided into equal halves. So here it is plus L by 2, here it is minus L by 2. Integration of L by 2 minus L by 2. Okay, so we can write this as q by 4 pi epsilon L into r square plus x square dx. Okay guys, so EP is equal to integration minus L by 2 q by 4 pi epsilon L into r square plus x square dx. This is what the formulae, I mean upon deriving, upon simplifying, we will get the final formulae for the electric field intensity due to uniformly rod at an equatorial point. Sir, what about the d sin theta? dE sin theta is there now. dE sin theta, what will happen? dE sin theta will get cancelled. we just discussed now, if you consider theta this side also d sine theta will be there. These two are equal and opposite, so they will get cancel each other. Okay guys, so here the point ep is equal to, if you clearly observe that, we can write it as de cos theta. Okay, but de we already know what it is. Ep is equal to integration of minus L by 2 and L by 2. We can write this as q dx by L into 4 pi epsilon r square plus x square. Okay, now here we forgot one more point, cos theta. How to find cos theta, guys? So cos theta is equal to adjacent side by how? From here we can write cos theta is equal to what? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. So we can write this as r square by r square plus x square. Okay, whole power 1 by 2. So cos theta can be written as r by r square plus x square whole power 1 by 2. So these two bases are same. So 1 plus 1 by 2, it is equal to how much, guys? 3 by 2. So we can write here EP is equal to, so what is common? So just keep it as outside, and what is not common, that we will keep inside. So Q R, here R is the QR 4 pi epsilon L. These all are the constants, and the integration limits are minus L by 2, L by 2, and what we left is dx by r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. Clear, guys? So this is what we have to clear. Now r square plus x square whole 3 by 2, it is very complicated. If you directly apply the derivation, it is going to be the complicated. For that purpose, we already know that from here we can write as cos theta is equal to r by r square plus x square whole power 1 by 2. How? Similarly, I can write here tan theta is equal to, I can write it as x by r. Tan theta is equal to, we can write it as how much, guys? How, guys? X by r, or we can write it as x is equal to r tan theta. X is equal to what, guys? R tan theta. Now differentiate this, sorry, integrate this. Sorry, first, okay, apply differentiation. When you apply differentiation, you will get dx is equal to r secant square theta d theta. Clear, guys? So the differentiation, I mean, first of all, you need to apply the differentiation. So here tan theta is equal to x by r. So this is x distance. Okay, this is x distance, and here it is r. So tan theta is equal to x by r. X is equal to r tan theta, and dx is equal to r secant square theta d theta. So instead of dx, I can able to substitute this whole, and instead of x, I can able to substitute whole. So what we can able to write, guys? So we can write this as EP is equal to QR by 4 pi epsilon L integration minus L by 2 and L by 2. Okay, guys. Now apply the point here. Dx is okay. Dx can be written as r secant square theta d theta. Okay. Now by, we can write this as r square plus r square tan square theta 3 by 2. So if you take out common r square is common, it will become how much, guys? 1 plus tan square theta. 1 plus tan square theta means it will become secant square theta. Secant square theta, I am writing, I am doing, okay, so no space. Okay, so I am writing here EP is equal to QR by 4 pi epsilon L into minus L by 2, L by 2, and here we can write r secant square theta d theta by, so we can write this as r square whole power 3 by 2. Similarly, secant square, so secant square theta whole power 3 by 2 d. Okay, 3 by 2. Okay, now this t square square cancel, square square cancel. Okay, what we left is, okay, what we left is square square cancel. So I'm erasing on the top and we will continue there. Due to these conditions we are unable to get, yeah. Ours is village, so we are unable to get the supplies. Fine. Now guys, we can write here EP is equal to, so what are the terms here? Constants Q R by 4 pi and epsilon L, and the limits are minus L by 2 and L by 2. R secant square theta d theta, r secant square theta d theta, and down it is r cube secant square secant cube theta. So these are going to cancel, and here it is r square. Clear guys? Now r square, so the remaining, the term can be written as qr by 4 pi epsilon L, and r square is a constant, so when it comes out like this, r will get cancelled, and what we left is minus L by 2, L by 2, and what we left is cos theta d theta, cos theta d theta. Okay, so integration of this cos theta d theta, we will get EP is equal to QR, sorry, R got cancelled na? So 4 pi epsilon LR, and cos theta integration is sin theta, and the terms were L by 2 minus L by 2. Guys, if you clearly observe that this is theta, this is L by 2 and L by 2, how we can able to simplify? We can't simplify now. That's the reason we just before we taken tan theta is equal to, we written as what guys? X by R. Okay, so similarly we can write this as sin theta is equal to x by square root of x square plus r square, or from that we can write here theta is equal to, we can write it as sine inverse of x by square root of x square plus r square. So instead of theta we can able to write this, so our equation becomes EP is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon LR into sine inverse x by square root of x square plus r square, and the limits are L by 2 and minus L by 2. Got it guys? Now if you clearly observe that this will becomes cancel, this is going to cancel, and what we left the terms is, okay, so EP is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon LR, and since what we left is x by x square plus r square whole power 1 by 2, and limits are L by 2 minus L by 2. Here, so this is the formula here we got, and we can simplify that. So guys, so if you clearly observe that, actually we need to apply once here limit and another time minus, so minus of minus is becoming plus. So both I'm together writing it as EP is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon L R, and here 2 into, since it is just an addition, I'm writing this as L by 2 by L square by 4 plus R square whole power 1 by 2. Now this two will get cancelled, and here L is there, here L is there, gets cancelled. What we left is EP is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon R, and here what we are having, guys, nothing is there. Okay, so simply in brackets, so I'm writing it as 1 by, we can write this as L square. So we can write it as house, guys, L square plus 4R square by 4 whole 1 by 2. That the final answer we can get it as EP is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon R into 2 by L square plus 4R square whole power 1 by 2. So this is our final answer, electric field intensity at a point P. So you can see once again the diagram. This is a charged electric field, guys. Okay, this is charged electric field, and we are considering a point at a distance of R. Okay, and the length is L. Okay, now coming to the next point here, I am considering a small element at a distance of X. So that element is dx. So here it is having the electric field is in this direction. So we are having dE cos theta and dE sin theta. dE sin theta will cancel, only left is dE cos theta. So upon integration and doing a simplification all, we got the final result as EP is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon R 2 by L square plus 4R square whole power 1 by 2. Sir, what is the simple way of keeping the formula in mind? It is EP is equal to 2KQ R into L square plus 4R square whole power 1 by 2. This is the only shortcut. 2KQ into R into L square plus 4R square whole power 1 by 2. This is the electric field intensity due to a equatorial point on uniformly charged rod. Okay, guys, actually I planned to explain one more also. Either it is for the infinitely long charged wire, but it is also a very lengthy derivation. You may feel bored, and moreover I don't want to waste much of the time here because tomorrow we are having examination. Okay, that's the reason. So please, all of you, join in the doubt session, which is at 3 o'clock to 3:45 every Saturday. Okay, guys, so please join there. Okay, so we are just ending today's session, and we will discuss remaining topics in Monday's session. All the best for the examination. Do well and try to get more marks. Thank you. Signing off for today.